How are we all doing? I must say, I am super tired today, but also super excited. How do you be tired and excited at the same time? This is like a Tony Robbins event. Have you ever been to Tony Robbins? You go there, it's 12-hour days, you're jumping up and down all the time, and then it goes for 12, 13, 14 hours, and you just can't keep going, but you're so excited, but you're so tired. That's my feeling today. I absolutely am talking to myself right now while I'm waiting for you all to jump on. Good morning. I can see you guys coming in now. One day I'll catch the dump and pump. Look, it's not a bad thing to stay out of pump and dumps. Honestly, a highly advanced way to trade. Not the best idea whilst learning, but we'll talk about it anyway. Good morning, Alicia. Morning, Nick. Ryan, thank you. Wait, I've got a message here for review here. Sorry, one sec. Yes, thank you guys. I can see you guys all pumping the comments about the 10K. Let's just have a quick look at that. We are on 9,905 subscribers. I can't believe it. We are so close to 10K. We have hit so many milestones this month. First of all, only 4 months into Trade Travel Chill being a company, teaching people how to trade this method, we've hit 500 members in our first class tier in the Patreon. I cannot believe it. That is insane. And we've hit 45K on TikTok. What else have we done? We've got 4,000 members in total in the Discord. Remembering there is a free section in the Discord with no obligation to pay for anything if you just want to be part of the community. There's 4,000 people in there, 500 learning, 45 TikTok, so close to 10K on YouTube. So this is the final goal for the month. If you are new here, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. If you have not already subscribed, please smash that subscribe button. Also turn that bell notification to all so that you can be notified every time I upload a new video. I do go live 3 days a week. Sorry. I talk about the Asia session, probably the most difficult session to go into because I'm go live right in the dead gap zone where we have the most highly manipulative play of the day usually. But I do it anyway to give you an idea of what I think may happen over that day. Being the Australian trader trading this method, we get to start the day and have a really good plan. So whether you're watching me from Australia, trading Australian time zone, UK, US, what I cover on my channel 3 mornings a week should get you through for the entire day. Now, let's talk about what's happening here. There's what the hell is on my screen? What do we think is going to happen next, etc., etc. So first of all, let's go over last night. Ridiculous, crazy trade. This here, actually, I forgot to bring it up, but this was a level here that I had actually done a tweet about hours before we got here. So if you're not following me on Twitter, be sure to do that because when there are updates that I think you should know in between me doing these YouTube videos, I will go and post it on Twitter for those that aren't in the Discord. So be sure to follow there. But on that post, I posted that we had very, very large sell orders, both on Binance and BitMEX, between 20 to 20,200. Now, when we have that confluence across both of those exchanges, that's when I especially pay attention. So what I was expecting last night, going back into yesterday, we talked about the Asian session on yesterday's stream where I said I wanted to see Asia run a typical session with no more than a 2% range. If it did, then I was willing to play. We got exactly that. So the whole Asia session gave us a 1.8% range. And then at the end of the session, we broke out to the upside. This wasn't a trade. I did not long this position here. I was looking to build shorts, however. Now, the reason for that is as we were heading into this 200 EMA, this is my favorite trade. Well, one of my favorite trades of the entire method is shorting the rejection of the 200 EMA with the right confirmation. So once I saw a couple candles here, I started building positions. Now, I won't go into detail about how I build positions on this video because it's really, really complicated. But at the end of the day, when you build positions, you're just going in a little bit at a time, not putting in your full risk until you get your final confirmation or the final thing that you want. And the reason that you do that is because you know you're trading something highly volatile. You know it can go any way. But if it goes the way that you think it's going to go, it's going to play out really well. And if it doesn't, you're going to get out for a lot less than you usually risk because you're going to know that it's invalidated before the trade before the trade plays out fully. So these weeks here is where I started building my short positions. I identified in trading light heat orders this area, which I did the tweet about, and the highest level was at 20,100. It was pretty significant. There was about 2.4K Bitcoin worth of short orders in trading light on Binance alone, and it stayed there. So that was number one. And those orders stayed there for the most of the day, but more importantly, they stayed there into this run up. Usually when you see these candles, like these big green ones here, start to move at speed, if they're not levels that whoever's put them in actually wants to short at, you'll see those numbers move up and up and up. And that's how you know that it's like not a real order or they're not really wanting to get picked up. When a candle comes like this at speed towards a very large order and the very large order doesn't move, they want to short it there. So that's where I had, that's where I had my last position, right under this 20,100, and that got filled by a wick, and now we were in the game for the short. On my videos all week, you guys know 18,900 was my target. We got that based off the high block levels, trading light orders, and that it was just below the low of the week. So this trade, it's absolutely legendary because we literally caught the very top of it. We literally caught the very bottom of it. I didn't exit on this candle here, but I did exit when we returned. What you will usually find when you want to exit a trade is you will get two chances to exit. The price usually does return to your level a second time. So you never have to panic sell out of a wick, or not never, but more than often you don't have to panic close your trade out of a wick if you don't have a take profit set, that is. You usually will come close enough to the same level a second time. Then from there, I decided to bag flip. Now, Colombian bag flip. Now, why did I Colombian bag flip? Let's talk about that. First of all, this shaded area here was the last market maker candle that we had to break through before 18.9 was a possibility. So we did eat through that, no worries. We got the perfect wick off what I thought was going to be the low. And then we closed back above the high of the week. Come back for a return, stopping volume candle, two passes at it. That was enough for me to believe that this was going to be a V-bottom recovery. And also, side note, bullish moon phase right now. Now, in addition to all of that, that's all technical analysis for my reason to long. But in addition to that, my main reason to long was basically this. When you have a look at every tile on YouTube, scary face, unconfused face, scary face. We got here, it's all over, CPI crushes, scary face. The only one on these tiles that gets it is this guy here, Trader's Reality. He's a legend. But everybody else, scary face, new lows, money burning, just, you know, this right here is sentiment, right? We trade the opposite of this. Like, not putting any of these creators down, like, love everyone's work, but there was way too much bearish sentiment online from public and everything like that. We also knew, in addition to the 20,100 orders, we knew that this 18.9 was here for the entire week as well. So the same method applies then. If we moved up to here and these orders didn't move as we got close, then when we were coming down here, we would have expected that if these orders didn't want to get picked up, they would have moved lower as well, but they didn't. So there you go. These people wanted to buy here. These people wanted to sell here. And that's what makes you play the game. But where are we now? Here's the thing. So some people, I believe, are still waiting for a W formation. In my opinion, we already have it. Let's go out to the 1 hour time frame and let's get an overall look at where we are in the entire model for the week. So we know we've got M formation retest. We've got our drop board meeting, had our drop board meeting, had our drop board meeting in this area here. And here, in my opinion, is where the W is formed. And it's the W we don't like. So we had here, and then this here was the stop hunt to take out, do the final damage. When it's a lower low W, it's because they're coming back to do damage. We've got the little tweezer bottoms there, everything done. But will this hold is the next question, because where we are right now is currently at the point of the 200 EMA rejection on the 1 hour. We can get rid of this now. The original area of interest has been hit, so now we're going to look for more. There is a very good chance that where we are right now is all we get. The reason for that is when we have a look at what's going on everywhere else, we can see here that we had the same big drop across the board, had an attempted recovery, but all of these are starting to come down now. Now, the thing is, when we have a highly volatile move, Bitcoin can separate from what the rest of the market does, which is what we're seeing now, because currently Bitcoin is still going up, but these are starting to come down, the NASDAQ and the S&P. At some point it will catch up though, and that's why people talk about correlations all the time. Sure, like they are currently moving together in a general aspect, but there are moments in time that they separate, and that's why you can't 100% rely on it all the time. Last night's move into this morning is one of those times where it's separating with the recovery of the CPI news. I believe it will catch up. That's what I'm thinking. So where we are right now, I don't really trust that just because we have our W formation, just because we have our W formation, I don't trust that we're now going to get 3 levels of rise. I just want to put that out there. Again, very wiki up here at the 200 EMA right now. We are in the dead gap zone still, so it could be manipulation. But if this is going to hold for our 3 level rise, we know what comes next. We reject the 200 EMA, we retest the 50 EMA, we expect continuation. If we don't do that and we then start to line up with what's going on with the rest of the market, I think we're going to heavily bleed even further. And I think that is actually a very large possibility. The other thing too with this is we really only expect this formation. So we really only expect the entire business plan to have our M formation 3 drops, W formation 3 rises. We really only expect that when we have a typical week without news events. We don't have a typical week without news events. We still even have more things coming up today. So we have tonight, we've got core PPI unemployment claims. Tomorrow there's retail sales, core retail sales, FOMC member Bullard speaks. Like there's still a lot going on this week, and that may make it a very difficult week to trade. And I 100% want you to take away from this video today that just because we've had our M formation 3 drops, ugly W, hit the 200, that does not mean we're retracing and going for more rises. It does not. We could absolutely fail here and continue down further. So just keep that in mind. And if you can't pick it, if you can't if you don't feel confident to short it or long it or whatever, just stay out this week. It's a very difficult week to trade, and it's why I am so ridiculously tired, because it has taken absolute extreme concentration. So I can see comments there saying where to enter now. I don't give you calls. I'm just discussing my thoughts. You have to decide where you want to enter. For me, if this is to continue, it will retest the 50 EMA, possibly go into a board meeting during Asia, and that board meeting gives the 50 EMA time to catch up. If it doesn't do that, depending on how Asia opens, Asia could just send this thing right back down. And I absolutely am not ruling that out. Let's have a look at high block. So what we can see here is, as we were moving down into pre-CPI announcement, our delta got up to about 17 billion at one point to the shorts. Let me see if it's going to come up here now. It shows 13 now because obviously people have been wiped out. But right before the news event, we were at 13 billion. Then we had that huge candle that spiked up to 17 billion. Around that level is where we start to see the reversal. So this added confluence to the fact that I felt a V bottom was going to come in. So on that, I should just clarify, we shorted this, we longed this. So we bag flipped this, 2 trades here, based off everything I've mentioned earlier, plus the high block. Now, where we are on high block is basically a neutral position. So we only have 1 billion delta to the shorts, and there are so many people, both long and short, left to be wiped out. This level here, let's see if I can grab it. There we go. At 20,300, will basically wipe out everyone who shorted at level 3. Up to 25x. So that's a big wipeout. It's 237 million just in that circle, not to mention all the other circles that are surrounding it. So that's going to be a big level. What are we at now? 20,000, basically 200. So that's one thing to watch out for. But they could come up, spike that, and then come for all of these long liquidations here down to, what is this one at? 19 and a half basically, but they've also now got all of this as well. So the delta being neutral means that we have to wait and see, do they want to now flip this and get us to encourage us to open more long positions so that they can come for all of this up here, or do they want to bring more, get us to open more short positions so that they can come for all of our stop losses and liquidations for the shorts? That remains to be seen. When we're neutral, we can't really go off high block. But what we do know is that they can swing this anyway because there is liquidity both sides of price, very big liquidity. Look how big these spikes are out here for the longs. Can you guys see that? Yep. And out here for the shorts. So very big liquidity. If they wanted to drive this up to 22K, they can do it. If they wanted to drive this down to 18, say just a little bit above 18K, they can do it. So I wouldn't just bank on this being the start of an uptrend. 100% wouldn't. What will give me the confidence is the 50 EMA retest on the 1 hour time frame. Otherwise, what I would be looking for down on the 15 minute, now, especially where price is right now, this is a really key thing to watch. For anyone who did catch the long, this is what you're watching now in order to take profit. And for anyone wanting to short, this is going to help you as well. So number one, see here how this came up, this candle came up on the recovery. We had a massive wick here. Then we had a rejection, and then we came back and recovered that massive wick there. That's number one. Same thing here. Big candle, huge, massive wick. Recovered it over here. All you're watching for now, this blue one here is not great, right? Because that means that the volume or the momentum of it is running out. So we may reverse from here. What you would be watching for if you were long right now is the point where price stops recovering previous wicks. Meaning this one at this point in time right here. So during Asia session today, if we cannot get back up into this wick zone and above, you would start looking for M formation reversals. If you're long, your M formation reversal is your signal to exit. If you're looking for a short, the M formation is your signal to short. So same, no matter what side you're on. The reason we can't confidently say that we are going up is because we still have more conditions. We have to retest or have a board meeting where the EMA catches up. Then we have to break above and retest this EMA here, which is the 800. I've got now arrows everywhere. So that's the 800 on the 15-minute time frame, which is the same as the 200 on the 1 hour time frame. So in order to be long, we have to break through this zone, retest it, and keep going. That's going to be our rise level 2, right? So we're not there yet. That's the thing. We want to see a board meeting in Asia ideally, but Asia could 100% reverse this today. So could UK, but I would be watching for it in Asia, where price is right now. Now, if we break above, where could we potentially go to? So I believe this is the candle here that is currently being recovered. Let's just match that up. Yes, that's the candle that we're in right now. I don't know why this is here. So if we get above that, I don't particularly like where we're going into next, simply because this looks like a really key area that we couldn't get past. We've got wicks into the zone that are wicking into this candle here. This candle hasn't been fully recovered. So that's going to be the next area there to try and break through, and then back up here at last week's high. So we're sitting at around 21. Now again, if we go back to high block, we can see here that that's the 21 level there. Oh no, it's not. That's 20.3. So 21 is these guys here who shorted here and are currently still safe. So there is the liquidity there to come back for that 21K level if they want to, at the highest kind of point for right now to worry about, that is. But let's have a look now at trading light. Now that, has Asia opened yet? Yes, Asia has opened. So let's have a look at trading light and see what we've got going on there and if it can tell us anything. So these orders here are where we're wicking below now, which is at 20,000. Wait, what is it? Where's the 1.5? 20,500 to 20,600 is where they're currently trying to hold price under. Give me 2 seconds to put that in. So a little bit above the high of the day from yesterday is where they're currently trying to keep price under. Let me just see, can we get a better match on that? 400. I think 400 is right. Okay, so this is the zone. That makes better sense because we've wicked into that already. We're going to get rid of this candle because it's been done already. So this is where we're looking to see if price cannot return there and we get the M formation. This is probably going to fall flat on its face when it catches up to what the rest of the market is doing, providing that the rest of the market does continue down. The reason that I think it may continue down is because the S&P has recovered this market maker candle fully here. And it's now eating back into it. The next level down for the S&P is this level here. So if we break through that, Bitcoin's probably going to catch up and head down. NAS still has not fully recovered the previous candle from the 5th of July. So again, waiting to see if we get back into that zone and start eating into that area. If it can hold it and bounce out, great. but just be aware right now that there's no guarantee that we're continuing up. Let's put in the current buy orders where we're holding price up, which is at about 20,000 to say 19.8. Okay, so this is the range that we're currently playing with for Asia. We need to see if they hold a range or issue a reversal. If Asia doesn't issue the reversal, then watch for it in UK as well. So in the changeover, Asia to UK. However, if we break above this EMA and retest it, we're probably going to get the next rise. If we come down here without creating the M and then bounce out of this zone, that's our 50 EMA retest and we're happy for the next level up. So it just needs to hold there. That's basically it. That is the play moving forward. Be skeptical today is the point that I'm trying to make, just because of where price is right at that EMA. Let's have a look at ETH. ETH is a beast. So ETH, same situation. We'll get rid of these orders that we broke through yesterday. All right, so ETH has given us a very beautiful looking wick right off that 200 EMA. Let's see what it looks like on the 1 hour. Yeah, so again, W formation, it's the ugly W. Stop hunt here to do the final damage before they send price up. Current rejection at the 200 EMA. If it comes back and holds the 50, we're going up further. If we get an M formation on the 15-minute time frame, this move is over and we're probably going to dramatically head down. Those are the two plays. Let me have a look. Celsius just filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy. So I believe Chapter 11 isn't that bad. Chapter 11 just gives them options to be able to make offers to people. It's not bankruptcy where everybody loses. Yeah, correct. Lucky nice. Chapter 11 is liquidation. It's not liquidation. It's just a restructure. So don't freak out. Probably going to see a lot more YouTube tiles about that. Be sure to look out for the informations if you see it. But yeah, it's not a complete wipeout. Don't freak out. Okay, so that's how I'm feeling about the market for the day. I hope this was helpful. I got you out, Annie. I don't really have anything else to add. Be safe today. Be skeptical of this move up 100%, but just trade what you see. 50 EMA bounce, we're going to continue up. Information rejection under the 200 EMA, we're probably going to continue down. Have the most amazing day. If you learned something, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Help get me closer to that 10K mark. It is the dream for the end of the month. Have an amazing weekend. I'll be back next week. And don't forget, if you are wanting to join the Discord, the link is in the bio. OKX, if you're looking for somewhere to trade, we have 15% discount on trading fees. All the links to everything is in the bio. My social media, follow me on Twitter over the weekend. If something amazing happens, I will post it there. Peace out. Have an amazing weekend.